master evaluation about the two evaluations. Both you, the three.
Thank you, Sundaraman sir. As for the meeting agenda timelines, I still have 12 minutes to give the evaluation, or the master evaluation. So this is not going to be short, but it is not going to be concise. But I'll try to keep it as precise as possible. Given that we are
sorry to interrupt. Do we have any timing?
As usual.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Have timing. We have to go home early.
Yeah.
No, should I show? You can take, but I should show green, red, and yellow.
Yes.
As usual.
All the Toastmaster speeches have their timing, so that was just my opening.
Okay.
And it fell flat.
Now we can show the green card.
Okay. Given that there is the evaluation session contest season is coming up, I'll just see if how we some of the things that I do when I give the evaluations. In this case, I'm going to try out and point out some of the areas of improvements that can be given for the speech that was missed out in the evaluation, so that we can have one another dimension to look for when we provide the evaluation or the areas of improvement. Moving to first to Jayanti ma'am's speech. Jayanti ma'am, you had a very high rate at which you started the speech. And it was done in the beginning and then at the end. You actually built the crescendo, but then it felt that the first time you asked a question, an open-ended question to the audience, and you were waiting for the audience. So you built the crescendo and it just paused. It did not have a, like I would say, like in a humorous speech, we build the crescendo and then we deliver the punchline. Now you waited for the audience to give you the punchline, which can backfire. So whenever you have a high rate at which you give a speech, always give the punch. Don't wait for the audience to give the punch. That is one thing that I would recommend. And then in the evaluation, there was a which you mentioned that jargons were not used that were appropriate to the research. Maybe I would tie it with the way in which with the speech, wherein like the speaker used jargon like doldrums away right at the beginning of the speech, which was not necessary, wherein like and the speaker had to explain what doldrums is all about right at the beginning, and it stopped the flow. Instead of using jargons right at the beginning, which is over there, you could use jargons like case study. Instead of doldrums kind of jargons, use case studies kind of jargons that goes along with the speech topic. That is the second kind of a feedback that that struck my mind. Then the third part was again going with the feedback that was given. I would say like this is a research topic. Instead of saying like we could have reached out to people, the wordplay that could have been there was the speaker did a search within the house, but not a research outside the place, and then give out the same thing. So that these are some things which could keep the evaluation standing out or standing different from the other evaluation. One is like a high rate of delivery and then it stopped. Jargons were used in a different place and could have been used in an appropriate place. And then a bit of a wordplay over there. These were the three areas of suggestions that I had. And it also more or less overlaps with what you suggested, just that the way in which I thought it had a different dimension, I thought. Coming on to Satish's speech, it has now become a practice that many of our Toastmasters start with a question. Starting with a question, there is a difference to it. Starting with an open-ended question is actually bad, because when an audience gives a response and that is not the response that you are expecting for, you are actually leaving out those audience out. So I would rather have a closed question saying like yes or no question. And that is super helpful, because even when the audience don't give an answer towards you, you just have to prepare for one particular option to go for. So when you start with the question, it's always better to start with a close-ended question. Starting with the question is good, but starting with an open-ended question is really, really leaving it out to the probability. So, and you might lose the audience. In this case, we were fortunate that there were Toastmasters and anything could be tied. But always start, if you're starting a speech with a question, start with a close-ended question, not an open-ended question. Secondly, the other part is, when you were talking about the experience, always share not what you did, but how you felt. Those 13, everyone knows what to do in case of a mentoring, but how did you feel during those particular time, and how did you push this thing across? Push your point across is what people are more interested in, because as more in this club, many would have been part of mentoring many times. So putting the part of how you felt goes a long way in connecting with the audience rather than what was done. This is more aligned with what Gopinath sir also said, saying like there was a place where I could not go through or connect well. Maybe bringing in the emotions rather than what was done would have helped. So these are the two things that I had for Satish's speech and 3 things for Jayanti ma'am's speech. Over to you, Sundaraman sir. Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Badri for that wonderful evaluation of the evaluations.